This is the method that I have used for my clients and students to get results where they finally get that promotion, where they finally get that big gig for their business. They finally find the love of their lives. This is the method of Feng Shui that truly is life-changing. And if you watch till the end of this video, I promise you, especially if you've been following what I call fast food Feng Shui, then how real Feng Shui works will start to clarify itself for you. Because I know if you've been down the Feng Shui rabbit hole, the more you research, the more you learn, the more contradictory the information got, and the more confused you got, right? This video is a series of 15 short video trainings that I have made for you. So if you haven't seen the previous videos as part of this series, please go back to those videos before you go into this one, just so that you can follow the progression and not be as confused. The other way of doing it is click the link in my bio where I've put all 15 video trainings into one page. So there's going to be a simplified version for you to binge watch everything in. If I'm new to you, my name is Sabrina Kadri, and I'm the founder of Feng Shui and Prosper. And in the past 15 years, I've been a consultant, teacher, and trainer, and I've worked with hundreds and thousands of students and clients all over the world to help them implement real Feng Shui the way it was meant to be practiced from like hundreds and thousands of years ago, so that they can finally see real results. But even if you're not, just as a recap, one of the main classical Feng Shui methods that I use is called Flying Star Feng Shui. And in Flying Star Feng Shui, you can calculate the energies of a house that is so much more in-depth than what you are probably exposed to in this bagua. This is what I call the fast food Feng Shui bagua. It is not the real thing. Again, go back to my first video series on why you should not be following this one. In this video, we are talking about how we calculate the Feng Shui energies through Flying Star Feng Shui. In order for us to calculate Feng Shui energies, we need two key pieces of information. One is the facing of the building, which is where you decide what is the most yang side of the building. You take an actual compass and you take a compass reading on that most yang side of the building, and also the period or the time factor. And most of the fast food Feng Shui information that you are reading out there, they don't talk about the compass, they don't talk about the time factor. And that is a red flag for you guys, that is not real Feng Shui. The grandmasters must use a compass, and the compass is the one and only tool that a proper Feng Shui practitioner needs. And if you're working with someone, or if you're reading a book that does not talk about compass reading at all, walk away. That is BS Feng Shui, okay? Don't spend your time, money, or energy on that one. In this video, we are talking about the period, which is now the time factor, okay? So if you look at this chart here, there are 9 Feng Shui periods altogether. So period 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And each of these periods are 20 years in terms of length of time. 20 years in period 2, another 20 years in period 3. Therefore, you get 60 years. So periods 1, 2, and 3 are considered upper yuan, and all in total is 60 years. Okay. And periods 4, 5, and 6 are considered the middle yuan, and periods 7, 8, and 9 are considered the lower yuan. We are currently in period 8 because currently we are in between February 4th, 2004 and February 3rd, 2024. For those of you who have been exposed to the idea of Feng Shui period, you've probably heard different guidelines around this. There are certain schools that say the Feng Shui period is based on when the building is first built, first constructed, right? So if it's a historical building that's been built 300 years ago, you don't have the proper year that it was built unless it was documented, right? There are also certain schools that say the period of the building is based on the first tenant. However, in the lineage of Grandmaster Tanyan Wu, which is the lineage that I am a part of, the period for us is based on when you moved in. This is the thinking behind it. In Chinese metaphysics, there are 3 different kinds of energy. There is heaven energy, okay, Tian. There is earth energy, which is Di. And there's mankind energy, which is Ren. So based on the heaven, earth, and mankind energy, this is how my Grandmaster Tanyan Wu determines the period of the house. So when a house is first being built, right, it's being built on land, on a piece of land, and usually the framing goes up first, right? I'm not a master illustrator, so bear with me. So when they're building it on land, okay, it's locked in, it's starting to lock in the earth energy. The moment they put in the roof, okay, they put in the roof shingles, now they lock in the heaven energy. But the Trinity is not complete until the people move in. Okay, so they move in and they locked in the mankind energy. From there, now that the Trinity is complete, now the permanent energy or the energetic blueprint of the house is now set. But when the current owners move out, let's say the house was built 1980, and if you go back to that chart, it would be a period 6 house, right? It was built during period 6. First owner moved in, let's say 1981. Again, going back to this chart, okay, 1981 would be period 6 here, okay? So the first owner moved in and they locked in period 6 energy. So they're there up until, let's say, last year, sold in 2022. Even science tells us that energy is never stagnant. So in Feng Shui, the period changes when one of these 3 energies are taken away. So when the last owners went away, there was only heaven and earth luck remaining, right? But when the new people come in again, you get the Trinity. And then the new owners moved in 2022, which, going back to this chart, is a period 8, Feng Shui period 8. So with the new owners in the house now, the energy in the house now shifts to period 8 energy. Okay. And in my past 15 years as a Feng Shui consultant, I've been using my Grandmaster's formula to determine the Feng Shui period. So what does it mean that the house now has a different Feng Shui period? Well, the house remains the same. So let's say the house is facing north 2, let's say, right? Let's say it's facing 0 degrees. That puts it in a north 2 facing. So now we already have the compass reading or the facing as part of the calculation. A house that is period 6 facing north 2 would have a different energy than a house that is period 8 facing north 2. The energetic blueprint of the house now shifts, and therefore the Feng Shui placements, the Feng Shui requirements, where to activate for auspicious energy, where to remedy for negative energy, all that changes. So if you're following the method where the period of the home is based on when the building was built or when the first tenants moved in, then your calculation will be wrong because you've based it on the wrong Feng Shui period. And I can see that the experience that the people lived in that house really aligns with the new period, not the old period. And how do I know that? With true Feng Shui, we can actually do what me and my students now call forensic Feng Shui. We can actually calculate back the energies of the months and years in the past to see how and if Feng Shui triggered specific, let's say, accidents or loss. And we can also use Flying Star Feng Shui specifically to forecast potential happenings in the future. That is the power of Feng Shui that a lot of people are not exposed to, but this has been my energetic playground. And I can tell you it's a powerful book of wisdom for you to get yourself properly trained in. And it makes me really sad that fast food Feng Shui is still so prevalent out there because it robs you of your time, your energy, and your money. You're just spinning your wheels doing the wrong Feng Shui over and over again and not getting any results. And in fact, some of you guys told me that things got worse for you after you started doing fast food Feng Shui. This is the real way to do it. And this is just one of the 15 videos that I've prepared for you as a classical Feng Shui 101, just so that you can learn to differentiate what is BS Feng Shui and what is the real Feng Shui. So again, if you want to watch all 15 videos all in one sitting, click on the link in my bio. It's going to take you to the whole series so you can binge watch if you want.